Okay, so here's some examples of how to simplify the first rule of radicals. Rule number 1, all right? So the first problem up here, 7 radical 72. We only care about the number underneath the radical and saying, okay, is there any of those numbers? And I'll write those numbers in the middle here, 4, 9, 16, 25, 36, 49, 64, 81, 100, 121, and 144. These are the ones that you have to kind of know or just have them written down somewhere where they're easily accessible. Okay, so what is the largest number up here that divides into 72? 9 goes into 72, it goes in there 8 times. But 36 also goes into 72. And we want the largest, we want the greatest number that goes into 72. So 36 would be that number. So this is going to become 7. Again, notice how I'm writing this number first. And then 72 divided by 36, I would be left with a 2. So we have to find numbers that divide evenly into that. So the square root of 36 is 6. 7 times 6 is 42. So my answer is 42 radical 2. Again, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to make it so the number under the radical can't be divided by any of these numbers. That's the goal. And if it can't be divided by these numbers, then you're finished. Okay? Number 2. Now I have 2 different radicals. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of combine these first. So I'm going to take 5 times 3, which is 15. I'm going to take 10 times 2, which is 20. I'm then going to do the same thing I just did on the last problem. I'm going to look at this radical 20 and say, okay, are there any numbers up here or the largest number up there that divides into 20? And the largest one that divides into 20 is 4. So I'm going to say this is 15, radical 4, radical 5, because 4 times 5 is 20. Okay? The square root of 4 is 2. 15 times 2 is 30. So my answer is 30 radical 5. Again, notice how none of these numbers divide into 5 evenly. That's what I'm looking for here, okay? Number 3, same idea. I'm going to look for a number over here that divides into 18. The largest number that divides into 18 is 9. And it goes in twice, because 9 times 2 is 18. The square root of 9 is 3. And 3 times 3 is 9. So my answer there is 9 radical 2. And again, notice that none of these numbers divide evenly into 2. Okay? And then the last one. Again, same idea as what I did with number 2. I'm going to multiply the outside 2 numbers together first. So 2 times 3 is 6. Multiply the inside 2 numbers together. So that's going to be 200. The largest number over here that divides evenly into 200 is 100. And it goes in 2 times. The square root of 100 is 10. And then 6 times 10 is 60. Okay? So that is the first rule of radicals, is rationalizing inside the radical, getting any perfect squares that divide evenly out of the radical.